Welcome to the Healthy Mental Hippie Podcast, where art and wellness collide. Well, hi and welcome back to the Healthy Mental Hippie. Today, I'm talking about the future. Yep, that's right. I have been really busy lately getting my website all redone because I thought I want to change it up a bit, how it's going and how I've presented my offerings and this and that, and my web store, my services, just basically how I'm operating. And it's been quite exciting to work on it, to be honest, because I've kind of just let it for a while, probably like for over a year. I've let it and I've come back to it and I feel good. I feel like there's a path forward. I feel excited. I feel refreshed. I feel renewed. I feel everything, revitalized, rejoiced, fuck, all of it. And it's not just about the website really, which is exciting in itself, but it's about life in general. I've been thinking about going back to school. I've been thinking about how I want to just restructure life. There are things that have been working, and there's things that have felt to me like maybe they need a little more effort. They need a little more focus and a little more drive behind them. And I think we all go through that where, I talk a lot about like reassessing, reevaluating, and just getting your lay of the land and how you want things to look. Because when we plan, that is when we can succeed. Or conversely, when we plan and it doesn't go quite as we expected, we can just move on. And it's nice that we can like maneuver so quickly and change things up, right? I've gone back and I've decided about changing my morning routines again, what kind of different workouts I wanted to do, different food, dietary tweaks, everything. Because as we learn, we tweak, we perfect, right? I've felt, not recently, but I felt kind of like in a bit of a slump a while ago, and everything has been going really well since. The thing that keeps weighing on my mind in a happy way, actually, is about how we set ourselves up for the future, right? How today actually becomes tomorrow, and how much of an impact our today actions have on tomorrow. Again, conversely, this can be all about how much our inaction has on tomorrow. I can't believe we're finished with 2 months of the year. We're heading into that third month, and you sit there and look like, okay, good. We're almost a quarter of the way through the year. What have I done so far this year? Am I on the right path? And you can look back and go, yeah, I'm doing really well. I'm totally on track for where I want to be. Or you can look back and be like, oh no, where did all that time go? And here's the funny thing is I am really pulling away from that hustle culture idea. I may be a workaholic, okay, but I am pulling back from that hustle culture and everything else. I think there's balance that's required. And this today is not really about hustle culture, but it's about how we really shape our future on a day-by-day basis and how our small actions can make massive reactions with time. The biggest thing that people talk about this in is like in workouts, right? And that's the easiest way to conceptualize it, that even if it was a short and not great workout, it's still better than not doing it, and how those actions compound day after day and week after week and year after year, right? We're gaining something even if in that short period it doesn't seem like we are. In the long term, we are actually gaining a lot by showing up for ourselves and doing those workouts every morning. And the same comes to like your work and your business and reaching your goals, whatever they might be. It really doesn't matter if they're personal or professional goals or if they're hobbies or other achievements. It is the small actions that really add up. Same as even in relationships, it ends up not being about one big thing. It's generally about like a million little things, right? That make it amazing or make it unbearable. So how do we take this control and how do we think about our action for the future and the life that we want and all of the work that we put into it? It's really important that first and foremost, we know what and why the heck we are working for it. And that can be an extremely difficult thing to do. But if that's been laid out, then it's really easy to take the steps to put you on that path that you want to be on. It's really easy to start that forward progression. And sometimes the hardest part of all of it is taking that first step. But like so many things, it snowballs, right? As we take the baby steps, it's easier to take all the steps that follows. And the biggest hurdle is to just start. I don't know if you're like me in that, where sometimes I have all these pressing things and I feel overwhelmed. And the hardest part is just press play, hit go, and start movement forward. One of the most important things that you can do is surround yourself with the people that maybe they're not directly involved with what your future is, but people that will be there on the sidelines cheering you on and supporting you. People that go, hey, that person, they're doing something great and I want to be there cheering, supporting in any way that I can, even if whatever you're creating is not specifically for them. And I think a lot of it also comes from having enough love for yourself. And maybe I shouldn't even say love, but maybe having enough respect for yourself that what you see is something beautiful that you are building and creating. And it's hard. And while it can be an obstacle, it's really important that you give yourself that care because we all deserve to at least live a semblance of the life that we have dreamed of and that we want to have the life that we've dreamed of and that we, under everything else, we yearn for more than anything. So this is really an invitation to look at how every aspect of your day is shaping tomorrow. And, I do certainly have that sounds like a future me problem, or that sounds like a tomorrow me problem. But sometimes it gets to the point where, they've all kind of backed up into being a future/tomorrow you problem. And then you have to really untangle that web. So for your peace of mind and your mental sanity, your overall well-being, what are you doing today that is turning into tomorrow and letting it be the tomorrow that you want? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know what you're working on. I am focusing on that website, like I mentioned, and getting things top notch to release. I am sending you guys lots of love and encouragement today to go be determined. You don't have to be motivated, but you got to be determined to go after the things that you want and you love in life. I am sending you super lots of love and have a great day. Bye. Thanks so much for joining us on the Healthy Mental Hippie podcast. For more ways to connect, go to www.healthymentalhippie.com.